All right. Peaceful Billionaire Mission to Billions vlog, day 3. It's late. uh, Full transparency, like it's been a little bit of a day actually. I woke up, felt super tired, didn't feel well today. So I did go back to sleep for a bit, which is something I very, very rarely do. But I gave myself that space and that grace. And when I woke up, I felt great. And I was just kind of it was a very dreary day, and I hadn't scheduled my day ahead, but I have some specific things that had to get done, which was more in that creative and flow space. So I took the time to do that, but yeah, it's been a bit of a day. Like I said, it's late. I forgot that I still needed to do my vlog, so I just like started putting on my pajamas and was about to do that. So what to share today? What to share today? Other than, yeah, it's been a bit of a day, and I do feel like I didn't get as much done as I would have liked, because I left so much open space for that creativity and flow. And one of my mentors, when I was talking to her about scheduling and really needing to up level in that way, I forget what she said it was called, but basically whatever amount of time you allot for something is the amount of time that it will fill, right? And so if you don't have any sort of time boundary, then things take longer than they need to, truly. And so that is something that's my biggest thing that I'm working on shifting, is being a lot more structured in that way, because I really enjoy my my flow time, but I have to block it and create windows of time that I can do that it doesn't overflow or affect other things. So that is still that is still a work in progress, and always prioritizing things. So I do have a project tomorrow that I have to get done, kind of similar to creating a YouTube channel, taking over my day on Monday. But again, I'm very proud of how much I got done in that regard in one day. But I do have to, so I have to kind of do a similar tomorrow, where the bulk of my day has to be getting a specific project done, and then really going ahead. But I am going to go ahead and look tonight at tomorrow and block time for that project and some other things. That way I can get more done, right? By squishing by squishing a little bit. I think probably the other thing that I wanted to talk about in regards to just overall my plan and approach for building super high volume success in a short period of time. Certainly, in order to create that, like number one, you have to believe that is in fact possible for yourself, and believe that you can do that and achieve that. And then the how and the opportunities and all of those other things start to show up. So when I went to grad school, PA school was like drinking water from a fire hydrant. But what I learned during that time was originally me making that decision to go to PA school. At the time, there was nothing else that I knew that I could do, and in 2 years' time, double to triple my salary. So yes, all right, yes, I was seeking greater money, greater success, But also, my intention was to wake up every day and love what I did. And so that was also very intentional. And for a very long time, early on in medicine, even though I was working those 60 to 80 hours a week, I absolutely did wake up every day and love what I did and want to go to work. Wears you down after 6 years. But I did absolutely love it for that time. And it certainly required a lot of time, focus, and dedication during those 2 years that I was in PA school. You really did not have a life basically outside of school for those couple of years. And so that was my approach. That was my same approach and frame of mind when it came to completely walking away from medicine and starting a business, was that I was going to commit 2 years to that drinking from a fire hydrant to being super focused. And I knew that if I poured that same level of time, focus, energy, and dedication into the first 2 years of my business, that in 2 years' time that I would have the foundation of the lifestyle and the freedom and the wealth that I was looking to create. The other thing that is important, I think, to share, because early on in my personal growth journey, which started personal professional development and spiritual growth, didn't all start exactly at the same time, but the majority of it started in 2018, towards the end, like July, August of 2018 is when most of that started. So it really hasn't been that long ago. And I was thinking about the fact that I'm doing this vlog now, and I was like, first of all, again, kicking myself in the tail that I didn't start doing it at the beginning of this year and share some of the ups and downs that there have been thus far and everything in between. But also it made me think and start to kind of think back to 4.5 years ago, really, when I first started on this journey. And I was like, wow, how incredible would it be to have some video and to be able to reflect back and look back on that time, to really be able to compare and contrast where I was and where I am. So I am grateful to be here with you doing this, not only to share, and again, hopefully you gain wisdom and insights from my journey and from me sharing my thought process with you sometimes, and those perspectives. And as I mentioned before, last night too, that it was, again, my intention was to give the first 2 years that same level of dedication that I did in PA school, but also to build a successful business without the stress and overwhelm. And I think that's the biggest thing, because the culture, like success culture, is so much around that go, do, push. And really, I create space every day to just be, so that when I am in the times of day that I'm doing the things, that who I'm being while I'm doing the things is different, because I'm connected first to who I'm being, and I'm always aware of who I'm being when I'm doing the things. Yeah, that's one of my favorite things. Also, that's actually my most favorite highly praised accomplishment is who I've become on this journey, in this process. And that's really why I wish that I would have been documenting and keeping a record of it sooner, because that is why investing in yourself is literally the most valuable investment that you will ever make, because who you become in that process and who you become on that journey when you are consistently investing in yourself is not only priceless, but it's something that no one can ever take away from you. And so no matter what level of external success I achieve, for whether that's being well known, or having the financial wealth and success and all of those things, there is no amount of external success that is ever going to supersede my most proud achievement, being who I've become on this journey and who I continue to become. And that is a big part of this behind the scenes vlog, is being fully transparent of who I'm being in the, along the way, but also the unfolding of who I continue to become. Because who was required, right? Who I was required to become to get me to this place that I am right now in this present moment, and who I'm required to be now in this present moment that takes me to where I'm going is a big stretch. And I was chatting about this this evening. One of the things that lights me up the most is time with clients, whether that's my group time with clients or time with private clients, or when I do my VIP experiences or bespoke experiential getaways. That is client time is one of the things that truly lights me up the most. And I had group tonight, and we were talking about that a little bit, just the mission to billions and that journey, which I've kind of already shared the how things kind of lined up from writing The Peaceful Millionaire last year, knowing I was going to write The Peaceful Multimillionaire this year and The Peaceful Billionaire next year, but having that big kind of like wake up call in January of this year saying like, hey, you're going to be writing this book this year and you're going to be writing this other book next year, and starting to connect into that frequency. So one of my clients tonight asked, she said, well, what if I don't want to make billions? And I said, you don't have to want to make billions. And it's not even about the billions. It's the frequency and the expansion that level brings, right? And stepping into that level of expansion within myself is what is required to take me where I'm going, right? From where I am to where I'm going is that expansion. And that's been such a beautiful part. And that expansion is happening in real time, literally happening in real time right now, because your brain and your body and your nervous system have to align and catch up. Like when you are on a path of growth, and when you play in with when you are in the understanding of the energy, right, and the frequency, and what can happen from a quantum leap and a quantum shift perspective when you're playing in that space, and the growth and the expansion and the transformation is happening exponentially at such a rapid rate in such a short period of time. You experience these moments that I've come to learn, like when I feel like, when I have these moments where I start to feel really ungrounded and I feel like I don't know what the heck I'm doing, and I feel like things are kind of almost spinning or spiraling out of control, I've come to learn and to know that those those are the moments when I'm in this process of like really like quantum leaping and shifting. So there was such a shift that happened from the time that I made the investment in December to work with all of my high level mentors this year. When I made that investment, that was, I've done many scary things to date, and that was one of the most scary things that I've done to date. And also what I've learned about doing those most scary things is they are always the most scary things that I've done have reaped the biggest rewards. And so I know that, right? But at the same time, I'm also in that moment of like, are you crazy? Are you crazy? That's a lot of money that you're investing in yourself and in your business. And so again, it's like when you say yes, when you say yes to yourself at that level, I mean, when you're investing in yourself, you are literally betting on yourself. And so when you start investing in yourself, 5 figures, multiple 5 figures and beyond, like when you're saying yes to that yourself at that level, like you're playing, it's a whole different ball game. It's a whole different ball game, because the frequency that those other people are holding for you is calling you and allowing you to step forward and expand into that very quickly. And I so from that moment of fear and being like, what the heck am I doing? Have I lost my mind? And then having this, being on this wave and having this like really, really incredible like first quarter of the year, that growth and that expansion that happened in that shorter period of time, it's apparent and it's palpable. And like I said, I wish I would have been sharing my journey with you between now and then, but here we are, and that's okay. And so you'll get to see from now to 3 months from now and beyond. But that so there was this shift that happened from then to now, and then I was kind of feeling some of that again over the past few weeks, where there was this up down up down up down, and I know when I get into these roller coastery places that's really a next level of quantum expansion is actually happening in the now. And so it's really exciting, because just over like the past week, I've started to feel like on the other side of that, where I'm like, okay, I knew that's what was happening, and it's never fun while it's happening. But now I'm starting to really feel on the other side of it, which is the really exciting part. And so anyways, always grateful to be here and share with you. And it is late, pardon me. So I am going to sayonara for this evening, take my doggies out, get washed up for bed, wash face, brush teeth, and get my day planned for tomorrow, and then get to bed. And excited for what tomorrow brings. I'm excited to get some of these projects created, because each time I get one project like done, then I can move on to the next one. So excited for that. And I will I'll see you tomorrow. Good night. Bye for now.